上次揾係呢個12月9號，繼續呢隻 Google Search 嘅文字遊戲。
A woman sits at the head of a round table. Around her, my loved ones. As if through a cushion, she speaks louder, almost a scream, when suddenly, a hush falls over them. Then, I hear it. A rhythmic tapping, which leads me to the seance woman. I see her cracking her ankles repeatedly. My loved ones let out muffled screams, and as the candles on the altar are blown out, a string is tugged, revealing a mirror from beneath a shroud. I see myself, overcast by an unnatural shadow in the silver mirror.
呢間公司係一間有名嘅出版社嚟嘅，咁而家都依然存在。咁呢個 Alpha 咧，應該係我要揾嘅，咁所以揾到呢個 Alpha 係咩人？咁同埋佢係幫某本叫 History 嘅書咧寫過 preface 嘅應該。呢個 Arthur 應該係 Arthur Spurgeon。如果你撳落 Wikipedia 嗰個 page 咧，咁啊應該會揾到呢個人名。 咁喺 Google 咧揾咗一篇文章叫喺1908年寫嘅，叫 How Arthur Spurgeon Became a Great Publisher。 實而家都有幅非常相似嘅相嘅，但我想揾到 exactly 呢幅。我覺得 Google 暫時揾唔到喎，好奇怪。一幅 Google 揾唔到嘅相，我用嗰個人名揾啦。咁我揾到一大堆相係柯南道爾嘅。OK， 見到。呢個係柯南道爾嚟嘅 ，Arthur Conan Doyle。咁呢個 Arthur 唔係 Arthur Spurgeon 喎，係 Arthur Conan Doyle。OK， 改一改先。柯南道爾同嗰間出版社係佢寫嘅小說係喺唔同嘅出版社出嘅，咁其實唔係太多係 Hustles Magazine 有關。一個叫 Midshipman Story， 另一個小說叫 Through the Magic Door。呢堆唔係，呢堆叫 Publications and Periodicals， 呢堆係喺應該係報紙或者雜誌連載嘅故事，就唔係真係小說。Novels, horror adventure, the doings of Raffles Hall. The history of spiritualism. Okay. Spiritualist and paranormal worlds. The shop where Arthur prefaced history, detailing their ability, shrouded in mystery. What the hell is this book? The History of Spiritualism by Arthur Conan Doyle is a collection of essays on spiritualism. It was first published in 2 volumes by Castle and Company Limited, London, New York, Toronto and Melbourne, and George Doran Company in June 1926. Preface. Work has grown from small disconnected chapters into a narrative which covers in a way the whole history of spiritualistic movement. This genesis needs some little explanation. I had written certain studies with no particular ulterior object save to gain myself and to pass on to others. A clear view of what seemed to me to be important episodes in the modern spiritual development of the human race. This included chapters on Swedenborg, on Irving, on A.J. Davis, on the Hades-Wire incident, on the history of Fox sisters, on the edits, and on the life of Didi Home. These were all done before it was suggested to my mind that I had already gone some distance in doing a fuller history of the spiritualistic movement and had hitherto seen the light, a history which would have the advantage of being written from the inside and with intimate personal knowledge of those factors which are characteristic of the modern development. It is indeed curious that this movement, which many of us regard as the most important in the history of the world since the Christ episode, has never had a historian from those who were within it and who had large personal experience of its development. Mr. Frank Portmore brought together a large number of the facts, and by ignoring those which did not suit his purpose, endeavored to suggest the worthlessness of most of the rest, especially the physical phenomena. In his view, were mainly the result of Freud. There is a history of spiritualism by Mr. McCabe, which turns everything to Freud and which is itself a misnomer, since the public would buy a book with such a title under the impression that it was a serious record instead of a travesty. There's also a history by J. Arthur Hill, which is written from a strictly psychic research point of view, and is far behind the real provable facts. Then we have modern American spiritualism. It's so difficult to pronounce. 20 years record and 19th century miracles by that great woman and splendid propagandist Mrs. Emma Hardinge Britain, but this deal only with faces, though they are exceedingly valuable. Finally, and best of all, there is Man's Survival After Death by Rev. Charles Treadle. But this is rather a very fine, connected exposition of the truth of the occult than a deliberate consecutive history. There are general histories of mysticism, like those of Enid Moser and Ovid, but there is no clean-cut, comprehensive story of the successive developments of this worldwide movement. Just before going to press, a book has appeared by Campbell Home, which is a very useful compendium of psychic facts, as its title, The Facts of Psychic Science and Philosophy lies. But here again, it cannot claim to be a connected history. It was clear that such a work needed a great deal of research, far more than I, in my crowded life, would devote to it. It is true that my time, as in any case, dedicated to it, but the literature is vast, and there were many aspects of the movement which claimed my attention. Under these circumstances, I claimed and obtained the loyal assistance of Mr. W. Leslie, Colonel, whose knowledge of the subject and whose industry have proved to be invaluable. He has dug assiduously into that vast quarry. He has separated out the ore from the rubbish, and in every way he has been the greatest assistant. I had originally expected no more than raw material, but he has occasionally given me a finished article, of which I have gladly availed myself, altering it only to the extent of getting my own personal point of view. I cannot admit too fully the loyal assistance which he has given Ahnayro, and if I have not conjoined his name with my own upon the title pages for the reason which he understands and in which he acquisited. The Psychic Bookshop, Abbey House, Victoria Street, SW. OK. 咁係有幾本唔同，咁係有好多圖片喺入面嘅。咁我需要揾揾個 spiritualism 到底係咩一回事。Spiritualism is a religious movement based on the belief that spirits of the dead exist and have both the ability and inclination to communicate with the living. Okay. The afterlife, or the spirit world, is seen by spiritualists not as a static place, but as one in which spirits continue to evolve. These two beliefs that contact with spirits is possible, unless spirits are more advanced than humans. Leads spiritualists to a third belief that spirits are capable of providing useful knowledge about moral and ethical issues, as well as about the nature of God. Some spiritualists will speak of a concept which they refer as spirit guides, specific spirits often contacted, who are relied upon for spiritual guidance. Spiritism, a branch of spiritualism developed by Alan Kardec and today practiced mostly in continental Europe and Latin America, especially in Brazil, emphasizes reincarnation. 冇中文添喎，呢個條目係奇怪。Spiritualism developed and reached its peak growth in membership from 1840s to 1920s, especially in English-speaking countries. By 1897, spiritualism was said to have more than 8 million followers in the United States and Europe, mostly drawn from the middle and upper classes. 竟然係咁，竟然係咁。The Fox Sisters， 呢三個女人係 Fox Sisters， 你睇先。The Hypnotic Charms, painting by Swedish artist Richard Berg. 睇個畫啦。Fox， 我諗 Fox 係 Fox Sisters 點解？我哋斟一斟，我攞啲飲品先。 OK。呢題冇玩，我就試。我想睇埋，我諗係 psychic 啦個字。不過我想睇埋啲相關嘅條目先。Margaret Fox redirects here for other people. Okay. The Fox sisters were three sisters from New York who played an important role in the creation of spiritualism. Leah, Margaret, and Catherine Fox. The two younger sisters used rappings to convince the older sisters and others that they were communicating with spirits. The older sister then took charge of them and managed their careers for some time. They all enjoyed success as mediums for many years. 冇中文條目，有日本條目。In 1888, Margaret confessed that their rappings had been a hoax and publicly demonstrated their method. Margaret attempted to recant her confession next year, but their reputation was ruined, and in less than 5 years, they were all dead. With Margarita and Kate dying in abject poverty, despite their confession, the spiritualism movement continued to grow in popularity. OK， 咁呢三姊妹咧，應該係好多現代嘅電影啊、小説情節咧，就係啲靈媒師咧，最後只係詐騙緊嘅啫。咁當然啦，如果喺啲電影或者小説入面咧，佢哋個世界觀咧係同現實世界一樣，咁係唔應該有靈媒師，唔應該有一個真係實行到嘅靈媒嘅儀式嘅，除非佢係寫緊 fantasy。呢個應該係一個 trope 嘅來源，你 TV trope 會唔會寫低？呢個係19世紀發生嘅事。有時追溯呢啲咧 tropes 嘅來源都幾有趣。Okay. Psychic. CHIC. A psychic bookshop. 全名。The Psychic Bookshop. KSHOP. OK. 我覺得咁你睇到呢個，咁你睇到呢個夢境嘅碎片之後，你都知道最後 Joycelyn 會發生咩事。
I'm standing in a room, my body racked with weariness and the scent of formaldehyde. I am kept rigid by metal wires and swaths of cloth. A doll on display. The wires supporting my head force my neck at an almost unnatural angle. My hands rest on the head of another, the person I am curved over. Hours pass, and I feel every second of it as the wires wind desperately before each of them snap with a single note. My eyes scream as the metal begins uncoiling, twisting and tearing me. I let go of the person below, but all that is loosened from my hand is a lock of hair and a gray patch of skin.
Twin taxes help recall the art which unite us all. Twin taxes. 我成日都唔知點解啲西方人咁中意將啲頭骨擺喺入面做裝飾。都唔知係真嘅頭骨啊，定係啲雕塑出嚟嘅頭骨？咁點揾呢？應該同 spiritualism 係有啲關係。如果唔用圖片搜尋好似冇咩 keyword。The art. 咁就冇咩辦法啦，實在。咁我係用成句句子抌咗落 Google 度揾，我實在睇唔到有咩。咁呢本書咧係叫 The Art of Dying. Ars Moriendi are two related Latin texts dating from about 1415 and 1450, which offer advice the protocols and procedures of a good death, explaining how to die well according to Christian precepts of the late Middle Ages. It was written within the historical context of the effects of the Macabre horror. Memento Mori. Memento Mori are. Memento Mori is a Latin term that translates to remember that you will die, quote unquote, and has been illustrated in numerous works of art. While the expression may sound somber, the point of Memento Mori is to serve as a reminder of our mortality so as to make best use of the time we have now. As a tradition of remembering death carries on, we have compiled some of the greatest pieces of art depicting Memento Mori throughout history. Skull of a skeleton with burning cigarette. 搞笑。Dance of Death. Dance of Death. Death unites us all. They all share the same message. Another early work of Danse Macabre comes from a painting by Michael Wolkmuth in the late 15th century. OK， 我揾到依幅畫啦，which features a group of skeletons celebrating and dancing, served as a reminder of the horrors of the Black Death, one of the worst pandemics in human history, which swept across Europe in the mid-14th century. The picture portrays the process of death and decay, with organs spilling out from the innards of some of the skeletons. Wolkmuth intentionally didn't depict the genders of the skeletons in order to illustrate the Black Death had mercy on no one. The art which unites us all. Memento Mori, 或者叫 Danse Macabre。我睇唔到 MO 係有 M。Dance 咧 DA 冇 DA 喎，咁 Memento Mori。MEN Memento Mori, Latin, remember that you must die. Sample of Memento Mori, Cemetery. Sample. 我揾唔到 Memento 呢個。我砌唔到 Memento 出嚟 Memento Mori。
I'm standing in a room, my body racked with weariness and the scent of formaldehyde. I am kept rigid by metal wires and swaths of cloth. A doll on display. The wires supporting my head force my neck at an almost unnatural angle. My hands rest on the head of another, the person I am curved over. Hours pass, and I feel every second of it as the wires wind desperately before each of them snap with a single note. My eyes scream as the metal begins unfolding, twisting and tearing me.
Ars Moriendi, ARS. ARS. More. RI. again, EI. Remember.
The pyre was piled high by the time I reached it. A small mountain of books and tapestries, jewelry, and furniture that bore the weight of sin. Until I saw how carefully I placed them, I never felt these things define me so. I stand back to take in the full scope of it, and as the fire spreads, I catch my reflection in one of the mirrors. I watch her scream and burn, trapped behind the glass. Suddenly, I tear into the pile, ripping out the mirror, my hands red and blistering. I throw it to the ground to save it from the fire, but it smashes to pieces. In the shards, I see my seared flesh and the chaotic look in my eyes.
Purest flames put an end to this object so condemned. 燒書頸 Anecdote Purest flames 係咪意思？ Devoutly religious. Purest flame 呢個字咧，揾到成句正得。To these objects. 呢個係 Garden of Eden 啊，呢個係乜水嚟？應該全部都係同死亡有關。Order of Precious, Time of the Jubilee. Dominican order. Dominican order. The order of preachers. OK， 就係呢個符號啦。Also known as the Dominican order. It's a Mendicant Catholic religious order. In 1216, like a Mendicant. Mendicant orders are primarily certain Christian religious orders that have adopted a lifestyle of poverty, traveling, and living in urban areas for purposes of preaching, evangelization, and ministry, especially to the poor. "中文係叫道明會嘅。托缽修會以區別於方濟會嘅灰衣修士同白衣修士，強調聖母瑪利亞親授之玫瑰經。Motors 好啦 ，OK， 咁當然係拉丁文啦。如果譯翻做英文咧，叫做 To praise, to bless, and to preach。可以揾下佢嘅歷史。呢個道明會咁呢個應該係咪佢哋嘅創辦人？As well as doing reading and discussing prose literature.呢個係咩人？睇下佢啲圖先。Saint Dominic。 係西班牙嘅教士。水嚟㗎呢個。我應該睇下道明呢個歷史。Notable members。咁穩並唔係辦法。 Saint Dominic and the Trial by Fire. Fire. The reference to Hans draws on the tradition that Saint Dominic's mother, while pregnant with him, had a vision of a black and white dog with a torch in its mouth. Wherever the dog went, it set fire to the earth. It was explained that the vision was fulfilled when Dominic and his followers went forth, clad in black and white, setting fire to the earth with the gospel. Fire 喺天主教嘅解讀入面，通常係指淨化咁解。In English, the word "hung" has two further meanings that may be drawn upon. The hung is loyal, and the Dominicans have a reputation as obedient servants of the faith. In the earliest呢幅圖好難揾，後面可能係巴黎聖母院嚟。Trial by Fire. In some cases, because they could not be out-debated, they were threatened with physical violence, and in other cases, they were challenged to other kinds of trials. One time Dominic agreed to a public debate with an Albigensian preacher in front of a group of judges. After the debate, there appeared to be a stalemate, and the crowd was pushing for a verdict one way or the other. The judges conferred and asked if both sides would be willing to put their teachings to a trial by fire. Although unusual, this was not an unknown request to render a decision. The idea was that if something were true and accurate, and of God, it would not be harmed by fire. Both Dominic and the preacher agreed. The preacher went first and put a copy of his teaching on the fire. The manuscript was quickly consumed by the flames. When Dominic's turn came, he put his writing in the fire. Not only did the book not burn, it jumped out of the fire. The book was picked up by Dominic and thrown again onto the fire with the same result. A third try was made and the book again jumped out of fire. After the miracle which showed God's hand in preserving Dominic's manuscript, a few among the crowd were convinced and repented. However, the preacher was not one of them. Okay. 我竟然係揾唔到呢段故事。點解揾唔到呢段故事？This great miracle is mentioned in lessons for the Divine Office, composed by Constantine Merdeki, Bishop. Okay. This object so condemned. 係成功燒咗嘅嘢嚟，講緊佢嗰本書。The miracle was referenced in 1254.投降啦我！Death by burning. 點解會揾到啲咁嘅？我睇唔到呢個句子同佢有咩關係？咁同 Saint Dominic 有咩關係？ Marty 係殉道者，殉教。呢個應該係書嚟㗎，呢堆。呢個係咪 table 3嚟？其實 table 2我係完成咗，應該 table 3嚟。Hints 喺 Google 度幫。Reapers rid the world of temptation. Reaper. Bonfire of the Vanities。 OK， 的確係一個歷史事件嚟嘅。我而家用個 keyword 係 Dominican Order 同埋 Burn， 睇下佢哋燒咗啲乜。虛榮之火。OK。 Bonfire of the Vanities is a burning of objects condemned by authorities as occasions of sin. The phrase usually refers to the bonfire of 7 February 1497, when supporters of the Dominican Friar 終於揾到呢條。哇，都幾難揾下，都唔係道明會嘅成人啊。Inquisition. Inquisition. Inquisition was a group of Holy Inquisition whose aim was to combat heresy. Inquisition, a period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation. Okay. 宗教裁判所。 Book burning. Occasions of sin. In Roman Catholic teaching, occasions of sin are external circumstances, whether of things or persons, which either because of their special nature or because of the frailty common to humanity or peculiar to some individual, incite or enters one to sin. Whatever. GI 字頭 OCC Occasions of Sin OCCAS IONS有先字，有 OF， 哦，即係我查 NS。Entry to hell, mortal sin. Remember, it's not that entry to hell. 我呢度係有牽。係咪好短嘅呢個字？With 有 new content。Rosenberg Clean。係攞緊幅圖，1973年11月14日。1973, November 14th. This is the third case I've seen in the past month. This is the third case I've seen in the past month, and it is just like the other. I'm experiencing the extraordinary, a phenomenon. This is why I came to university in the first place, to study the nature of the divine. And now, I've seen it with my own eyes. I must be careful to witness to the grace and not be tempted to grab untie the whole, lest I break this fragile thread and loosen my connection to it all. The first case, a beautiful young woman named Annie, appeared to me as though an apparition. She claimed to have memories of the past that were not her own. Distant memories, she said. I didn't believe at first, but Annie intrigued me, so I bought into the story. She spoke of massive vampires cleansing the scene from the bones of the wicked in front of a blood-red steeple. She spoke of fear, hatred, and betrayal, and became rather agitated by it. Annie's descriptions were so vivid, but I thought it to be nothing more than graphics of an overly zealous student of God. Yet, in my research of my newly adopted book, I came across a dark chapter in the city's history, and Annie's vision felt more real. I was able to talk with her again several days later. When I pressed her for more details of these memories, Annie shied away from my questions, saying they had become too dark, as though a shadow had passed over them. But she spoke of a friend, another of our classmates, who had spoken of similar visions. When I questioned this new woman, she was more open about her visions of an empty farm, dead silent in the spring, a series of footprints in the snow leading to the wood. She claims to have lived in the city all her life, yet she described with great clarity details of the farm, its equipment, and the livestock. I found the third case in Hopfriedhof. It's a city name, I can't pronounce it. As I scrolled through the stone memorials, I overheard a man crying softly and speaking to grave. He was assuring the tombstone that he had received the message. Intrigued, I followed him out of the cemetery to a nearby bar and offered him a drink. Over a growled, he explained that he had a vision of a young woman walking through a dark forest. He took this to be a message from his deceased wife, who grew up in the Black Forest before they met. He felt it was her way of telling him she had returned home. I need to know more about this phenomenon. Is this a resurgence of spiritualism in Germany? Are these implanted memories occult in nature? Are these visions truly a means of communication from the spirit world? Most importantly, how widespread is this? Does it exist only in Würzburg, some remnant of the city's historical trials, or can it be found elsewhere? Würzburg.特登睇到呢個城市名，有咩歷史咧？A remnant of the city's historical trials. Or Würzburg witch trials.係 witch hunt 嘅地點嚟。Würzburg witch trial, which took place in Germany in 1606 to 1631, It's one of the biggest mass trials and mass executions seen in Europe during the 30 Years' War. (157 人) 就係依間教堂外 Marian Chapel Whisper. Okay, anyway. Rosenberg Clinic 第二封信1978年 Progress is slow. I can't seem to find the right system of measurement. But then again, how can you measure inspiration or enlightenment? How can I reduce an ethereal experience to a series of quantifiable figures? I feel like growing at Duke, but I don't yet have my Zen cards to perform the test. Without the correct means, all my work will be brushed off as dubious and faulty. I need clear data to show them that this phenomenon is beyond simple random chance and worthy of further backing. I know it is connected to mental illness, as unfortunately was the case with my poor Annie. I don't yet know that it's correlation or causation. I must construct a device to monitor. Construct a device. Okay. Monitor the subject during a vision and note the changes in their brain activity. Since EEG data seems to be as useless as the qualitative data I can gather subject after they have woken up. What I need is some means to monitoring activity within the prefrontal cortex, while at the same time looking changes to their breathing patterns, without being too intrusive to the sleep quality of the subject. This phenomenon is so rare and fleeting as is. The last thing I can do is disturb the dream cycle. Perhaps if I could find a chemical means to produce a longer REM cycle, I may have better luck. Perhaps some chemical names I can't pronounce, or some combination of the three. I should look into the Cameron's work for GOT mix to use. He blank his funding after all. So I think this letter is edited afterwards, so I can't see some of the words. How about this? So I find that guy. (1979) 1979. Advancement comes from the order system of places, just as Annie appeared out of nowhere with tales of ancient witch trials, and brought this whole phenomenon to my attention. A newspaper ad showed me the clear way forward, a lifetime of blissful sleep in a weekend. The Glasswick Initiative's commercial was full of many of the standard claims of lifestyle samples. But something specific caught my attention, combining the latest scientific advances with ancient sleep rituals. We have created the Glasswick technique, most effective means of harnessing power of your dreams. My decision to attend the seminar was partly out of curiosity, partly a need to get away from the lab for a few days. The hotel convention center was exactly what I pictured. A wide range of hopeless people milling about looking for help and salvation. After a pathetic meet and greet, we were separated into smaller groups, where the seminar leaders spoke of identifying our true potential and other such nonsense. The entire day was wasted on platitudes and New Age rubbish. Was platitude. Remark of or statement, especially one with a moral content, that has been used too often to be interesting or thoughtful. But in the evening, we were exposed to the star of the show, the Glasswick technique. They called it a means of mental relaxation and self-hypnosis, allowing the unconscious and the conscious to meet. I followed the exercise closely, taking mental note of every detail. That night at the hotel, I had vivid, powerful dreams almost immediately after falling asleep, and was semi-lucid the entire time. I left the seminar early the next morning, my mind still whirling from the clarity of what I had seen. The technique would be perfect for my research. The hippies that had taught it to me did not begin to understand the true power of their discovery. I've yet to test it on anyone affected with the condition. First, I want to understand the process. If it is able to do what I hope it can, I can use it to better control this phenomenon. Finally perform the tests I need in a controlled environment. I can only guess at the potential. This phenomenon, this condition of Annie and the others, is crucial to understanding the connection between our conscious and unconscious selves, and the influences we feel deep within us. I'm at the door of something that has yet to be opened in modern times. Something only whispered at in art, alluded to in history, hidden by ancient oaths of silence. A door science refuses to open, and now, with the glass switch technique, I alone hold the key. Okay. Ritual romance. The aide brought him the solution to her visions of execution. The Glasswick technique. The word Glasswick Initiatives commercial. The ad. Andy who? 我哋應該買揾。Ritual Roman ritual. It's one of the official ritual works of Roman rite.唔明係咩意思啊？呢本我睇呢個維基條都完全唔知佢係咩字嘅喂。Sorry， 完全唔知係咩字。呢個咩人嚟嘅 ？Glasswick 我都係要揾翻個網站出嚟。Initiative。五個選項啊，咁係咧就通常呢啲卡片咧，呢幅圖係亦都係一個關鍵線索嚟。 Kenny，我揾翻 Glasswick Initiative 個網站先。
From the woods, I can see children in the distance, singing a nursery rhyme. Motherly.
似係講緊童話。Anyway，咁啊，有人揾我去玩冇問題。